I chose South Norwood for my business because I live in South Norwood. I've lived here for 27 years. I've seen a lot of changes. The high street has gone up and down, I'd say. Shops have come and gone, lots of chicken shops, lots of hairdressers. But as a whole, there seems to be a different kind of, I suppose, shop owner that's kind of coming in at the moment. So a lot more independent kind of coffee shops, places that are having something a bit more unique, looking at vegan and vegetarians.
What I like most about South Norwood is that very, very friendly feeling. You know, people are supportive, and now that we've got a fantastic selection of cafes, I just absolutely love the feeling when you go into your cafes, when you go into your local business, people talk, they're interested in you, a bit of chit chat, and it's a really supportive feeling.
South Norwood has lots of good things. It has a fantastic transport link which takes you to London and the city. There are a few things, in my opinion, which needs to be improving, because I've been here quite some time and I've seen changes now already. Is improving, but few things I will add. They are empty shops which they are at the moment around to open with new businesses. Buildings which they are in high streets and some in Portland Road and one or two in Station Road to repaint and decorate a little bit more, and to pay attention a little bit more on the streets with the cleaning and you know, bins and all that.
I think Portland Road has really gone downhill. It's really like shabby, I can say. I think it's really unkept. So I think that area is quite a long road, quite a major road. I think it'd be good if it could be modernised and just made nicer.
What we like most about South Norwood is the vibrant community, the sense of community spirit, the sense to want to make things better and do things together and look out for each other. If we could bring more improvements to South Norwood, we would like more facilities, more access to communal spaces, community spaces, where local people can get together and do different activities.
I would like South Norwood to look more beautiful, like the high street, for example. I believe the high street is a bit dry. Yeah, I believe it's kind of dry and kind of run down. So I would like to see some more businesses that look, you know, lively, things that young people can do, maybe a center specifically designed for young people that looks attractive. The attractive thing goes, I mean, Samuel Coleridge Taylor is one, but make more fun stuff happen there so they can know about it, so they can come to it.
South Norwood is coming up. I mean, I moved here 12 years ago, and housing stock was relatively cheap for London at the time, so that was my incentive to move here. I've seen it gradually develop. It's been a bit stop-start, but what you do realise when you live here is there's a far richer sense of community than you do get in a lot of parts of London. More and more businesses are emerging, more and more kind of retail and restaurants, but it's been a slow progress. So I would like to see that ramped up and amplified a bit more. I'd like to see the council putting a bit more into it, but they clearly are now with the Love SE25 project. We're looking at all sorts of initiatives to really galvanise the area, but it's just a question of whether we can see those through and they come to fruition.
I was in Brixton for 30 years, and the high rents and stuff, you know, becoming a bit silly. I didn't like it in the beginning, but you know, it grows on you. People are real, you know, and I don't like people who are pretentious. They are real. What you see is what you get. They're a bit like the Cockneys, aren't they?
So much potential in terms of the infrastructure, amazing transport links, lots of people moving into the area. Lots of empty property, and I think the potential for it to really kick off and independent businesses to thrive in this area. That's what I want to see, more independent businesses opening up on the high street especially, I think will be great.
I was born and raised in South Norwood. I lived across the road there, number 21, for 21 years. And when I left, this shop was shut down, and when I came back and took over the shop, actually, it looked exactly the same as it did when I left home at 21. So I used to look at these shops every day when I came out, but I never thought I'd end up renting one out and doing a gallery here. And a lot of the the businesses that have sprung up. It's sad to see the ones that have gone, like Brenda's Bakery. I used to go in there as a child and I used to take my children there, and now it's a Domino's Pizza.
If you look on the high street, you'd see mostly barber shops and hairdressers and so on. If South Norwood improvement includes, I don't know, gym, somewhere for the very young to be, somewhere for the very old to be, something other than this current narrow diet, then that'd be fine. We Love SE25 is doing a very good job, and therefore it's trying to get us out of our old boxes and to think differently, and I like that vibrancy, and so there is hope for what will happen in the future.
I really like the community here. I mean, I grew up in Upper Norwood and at the moment I live in Beckenham, but we, my wife and myself, we actually are looking at to move to South Norwood just because it's a really nice community. There's not very many places left in London that still have a small kind of like villagey feel. I mean, the good thing about this place is that my landlord is very understanding of small businesses. And I think that's one thing that's absolutely paramount for a small startup. You have to have a landlord who understands that, okay, well, I haven't got £1 million to invest into this business, but I am very, very keen. And if you give me the opportunity, I can basically help your property flourish as much as my business.
I really liked the vibe around South Norwood. It's very community based. There's a lot of small businesses. Everyone actually seems to come in and say hello. People just drop in to have conversations. Everyone seems very welcoming. But I hadn't found that in other places in Croydon. I really like the Station Road as well because it's actually very quiet, it's very airy, there's lots of trees, etc.
Behind the streets of the disarray that you sometimes see in South Norwood, there's really lots of interesting things going on because there's lots of people from different communities. I think this is one of the most multicultural high streets, this area in the whole of South East London now. We wanted to bring something that wasn't really here. We wanted it to be different. We wanted it to be a safe place. We wanted it to look like what they see on the TV or when they're in Fulham or Clapham, and that's why this place looks like that, because there's nothing like this in this area. So that's why we decided, okay, let's make a really nice place. But this place is nice for young people.
When I first came here 13 years ago, there was a lot of talk of regeneration, but nothing really happened. The last couple of years, I feel like there's changes in South Norwood, or we're certainly heading in the right direction. There's been some new businesses coming in, bigger businesses. There's still a lot of empty shops, still a lot of work to do, but I think that hopefully we're going to work together to change things.
In the ideal world, we'd want all the shops filled up and like a variation of what people are selling. However, I think in order for the area to grow, we need signposting better so people know what's in the area, you know, and we need the market to be brought up to a standard so it then becomes the heart of the area. If we've got a thriving market once a month, it's going to bring more people to the area, and it will bring new businesses to the area as well, because they'll know that people do come and shop here.
South Norwood is a nice area, developing up, you know, it's coming up. So I just enjoy living here, and I don't really find no complaint about South Norwood at the moment. So I'm just here, enjoy the moment of it.